I was 10 years old. I wrapped both my hands up tight with bandages. Everyone thought I was a freak, but no one knew my real secret. I can track people by touching objects. As long as I touch something, I can trace what it's been in contact with. But it always comes with a splitting headache. So for over 10 years, I never took the bandages off. I thought I could just hide it forever. Then, 5 years ago, my dad suddenly disappeared. He left just me and my little sister behind. To pay for both of us to stay in school, I finally took off the bandages. And that's when I stepped onto a road of no return. One day I saw a missing person poster. A media company boss's daughter had gone missing. He was offering a huge reward, 500 grand. To me, that was basically money lying on the ground. I jumped on my bike and headed straight to his place. On the way past the school, a BMW almost slammed into my bike. A guy in glasses stuck his head out and started yelling, "Are you blind? Watch where the hell you're going." I didn't answer him. I just ran my fingers along his car. In an instant, a flood of info hit my mind. BMW 320 worth 320 grand. Paid for by 45 students' parents, together. I could even see him in class, standing there teaching. I sneered. Pulled out my phone and aimed it at him. "You're a teacher taking something this expensive from parents? If the Education Bureau finds out, take a guess what happens to you." His face changed instantly. "How do you know that?" The guy totally panicked. He floored it and sped off. I didn't bother arguing with him. I got to the boss's house. His wife came out to see me. "Mrs. Zhang, hi. I saw the missing person notice you posted. I think I can help." She got excited right away. With tears in her voice, she asked me, "You know where my daughter is, right?" I raised my right hand. "Not yet, but I can find her. I just need something that belongs to your daughter." Mrs. Zhang brought out a box. She told me it was full of her daughter's things. Inside, I found a photo. It was a graduation picture. Then I spotted a familiar face in the photo. The man in the middle was the same teacher I'd just run into. Curious, I asked, "Is this your daughter's teacher?" She nodded. "That was 10 years ago. That's Mr. Hu." I gave a small laugh. "Well, that's funny." Mr. Hu almost ran me over just now. Her face went pale when she heard that. She stared at me, terrified. "What are you talking about?" "Mr. Hu died 10 years ago. There's no way you saw him?" I froze. A chill ran down my spine. I'd seen that guy clearly. He was exactly the same as in the photo. How could he have been dead for 10 years? I pressed on. "So how did Mr. Hu die?" Her eyes dodged mine. She looked a little annoyed. "I don't know. And it's none of your business. Just hurry up and find some clues about my daughter." She was clearly uneasy, obviously hiding something. But I didn't push it. I was here for that 500 grand. I picked up one of her daughter's earbuds, focused my mind. A sharp pain stabbed through my head. The room around me suddenly dimmed. A blinding beam of light shot out from the northeast. I jumped back on my bike and followed the light. Before long, I reached a riverbank. The light appeared again, this time pointing straight at the water. I frowned. Don't tell me she's just out here swimming. Right as I got closer to the river, someone from the Law Enforcement Bureau stopped me. "This is an active crime scene. Please stay back." My heart sank. I suddenly had a really bad feeling. Someone died, didn't they? Before he could answer, I saw a body covered with a white sheet, being carried into a van. The beam of light was locked onto that body. The officer spoke up. "Yeah, we pulled a woman's body out of the river. It's badly decomposed. We can't ID her by sight anymore." I thought for a second. I know who she is. She's the daughter of Mr. Zhang, the media boss. Half an hour later, Mr. and Mrs. Zhang rushed to the bureau to claim the body. They couldn't recognize her face anymore. But the DNA test came back. It confirmed the victim was their daughter, Linlin. They broke down crying their hearts out. I let out a quiet sigh. This clearly wasn't the time to talk about money. So I turned to leave. Right then, Mrs. Zhang suddenly grabbed my arm. "1 million. I'll give you 1 million. Find out who killed my daughter." I was stunned. "Mrs. Zhang, didn't the police say it was an accident?" She shook her head. "I don't believe that. My daughter never goes near the river. She's terrified of water. Ever since she graduated middle school. She won't even go near lakes on trips. She would never come to the river alone. So there's definitely more to her death." Mr. Zhang stepped in just as worked up. He grabbed my shoulders. "As long as you find the truth, I'll agree to any conditions you want." I told them to calm down. "If you're willing to help me find my father, I'll help you with this. Mr. Zhang owns a media company. He actually has the resources I need." He agreed on the spot. "As soon as you find the killer, I'll take care of your father's case." I went down to the morgue, placed my hand on the girl's body, then focused my mind again. Images started flashing through my head. The school's backyard, a lake, then a blurry face appeared. When it came into focus, I jumped and yanked my hand back. It was Mr. Ho, the teacher I'd seen before. None of this was adding up. I was sure they were keeping things from me, and I was sure Linlin's death was tied to Mr. Ho. I looked at the couple and said, "Seriously, if you want me to find your daughter's killer, I need you to stop hiding things from me. What's the real story with Mr. Ho?" They both looked away. Finally, Mr. Zhang sighed. "Let's go back to my place." Half an hour later, we were back at their house. Mr. Zhang lit a cigarette. He took out that same graduation photo. Mr. Hu's death is actually connected to Linlin. 10 years ago, Linlin and 2 classmates were playing by the river near Jiangcheng No. 1 High School. One of the boys brought up an old saying, "3 men make a tiger." He wanted to see if it really worked in real life. So the 3 of them decided to lie to Mr. Hu. One by one, they rushed over and told him that one of their classmates had fallen into the river. Mr. Hu was in the middle of writing a lesson plan. He dropped his pen and ran. He jumped straight into the river. An hour later, his body floated back up. The 3 kids were terrified. They called the police right away, but they were too scared to tell anyone what really happened. Back at school, they just got more and more scared. Then one of the boys, Chung Song, said, "I just remembered something. Mr. Hu was writing his lesson plan when he left. He walked out halfway through it. The police will definitely notice that. If someone goes out for a swim, they don't rush out like that." What he said made sense to Linlin. If the police took one look around, they'd know something was off. So Chung Song suggested they go clean up Mr. Hu's desk. The other two agreed. The three of them snuck into his office. The lesson plan notebook was still on the desk. They all breathed a sigh of relief. Linlin went up first. She looked down,